Hi Bear Bull Traders, my name is Wesley and this is the first video recap that I've done, which is good news because it means I'm trading live and I have something to share. So very quick recap on my history. I joined the Bear Bulls community in January of this year after reading Andrew's book. I initially went live in April. It was an absolute disaster. I lost money. I lost hair. It really was a rough experience. Went back to sim, continued to show up daily in chat, taking my licks, reading as much as I can, learning as much as I can, trying to figure out how the hell to do this crazy game of day trading, and recently went live again. With a couple of changes. The first is a really solid daily routine that allows me to show up to the trading session in the morning feeling relatively well prepared. And the second thing was that I drastically reduced the share size that I have access to via my hotkeys while trading, just as a way to mitigate financial loss, of course. The downside is I can't make a lot of money, but the upside is I can't lose a lot of money. And my primary goal right now is simply consistency. I just want to strip out all the noise and make clean trades in setups that I'm familiar and comfortable with. So those are kind of my top level goals right now. So on to the trades. One more thing I should note, since going live again, one thing I've noticed is a bad habit that transferred over from simulating trading to live trading, which sort of manifests as over trading. In sim, it's obviously really easy to jump in and out of positions that, moves that don't actually occur without any consequences. You cannot do that in live because, of course, every single time you generate a ticket, you are paying a broker some money. So I've been, ending my trading sessions with a completely unreasonable and unrealistic ticket volume, and so my goal, I set a daily goal every trading day, and my primary goal recently has really just been patience, really just stripping away the noise, making clean trades, and certainly not over trading. So that's why I wanted to make a recap, because today's results are really emblematic of that. Turns out setting daily goals works. So DTEA, the first ticker that I traded, this is a beverage company that's been rumored to enter the cannabis space, although the company and its investors have not confirmed this. This rumor first hit on September 21st, which is this big red candle here on the daily chart. And you see, this a lot of price action that day, far greater than the stock's average true range, current average true range of about 44 cents, much higher trading volume. Then things sort of simmered down, and what I noticed this morning, it wasn't on the Trade Ideas Gappers list that we have access to in chat. It was on the NASDAQ Gainers list. What I noticed was that its volume today in pre-market, when I looked at it, was about 2x its average daily volume. So clearly clearly something was going on. That's what got it on my watch list, and I mentioned it in chat. I know Andrew put it on his watch list. I don't know if other folks were trading it. What I envisioned for it was a fallen angel. This is a lower float stock, and indeed that's pretty much what happened. It sold off at the open. It didn't really hold a level. It just came right back up to VWAP. I was watching this kind of moved its way up through VWAP. I entered the trade right here as the price broke through this moving average, and I rookie mistake here. I just got nervous, and just clear beginner trader mistake. In retrospect, this entry was fine. This was a good entry. I should have stuck with the trade. I didn't. I jumped out. Something about the L2 made me nervous. I jumped back in, and the next minute candle, the L2 was looking bullish, and just rode the price up. So pretty classic fallen angel strategy, as Andrew teaches in chat. Beautiful. Next ticker was Intel. This was on the room's watch list. This is definitely not a stock that I would normally trade. I just don't like the large cap stocks too much. But what I saw, I missed the opening move, so just an awesome opening range breakup. I missed that. When I did get to it, what I saw was, obviously a strong stock, and one that had broken through an intraday resistance level that has been present for this stock for quite a while. So I've been marking these intraday levels on stocks that we trade on multiple day bases, like AMD or MU are really good examples of this. I've just found that these intraday levels that act as support and resistance, and particularly where you see really high share volume intraday happening, trading volume, as good levels during the trading day. So real quick note about this, I do designate these levels a little bit differently on my charts. So the levels that we find on daily charts, I use a 1-point solid line, and these intraday levels that I've been adding, and I know others add them, I add as a 2-point dash line for whatever that's worth. In any case, I found this has been serving as support and resistance depending upon the time period that you're looking at for Intel. So I saw a strong stock that had moved through this level. I entered the trade. Another thing too is just large cap. I didn't expect really big price movements really quickly. I mean, again, I was a little worried about chasing the trade here at this entry, but had this strong level, had a strong stock, jumped in. Of course, as soon as I did, the price came down. It touched the 47.85 level, and I thought, if it goes below this, I'll jump out. It didn't. It bounced up. I added to my position, and I just rode the stock on up. Now, one thing I did not have was a clear exit point. It didn't have levels. I didn't have a moving average. And so as I was watching this move up and I was thinking about, where do I get out of this thing? What's logical? I thought that Intel didn't have a really strong news catalyst today. Its sector didn't have a really strong news catalyst today. So I started, I realized that Intel's average true range is 92 cents. The opening price today was 47.51, and I thought, well, maybe 1 ATR is a good place for to think about getting out of this trend. Now, where this stock actually started to falter, it actually correlates to 1 ATR, in sort of real time. Or not, that's exactly what happened. This 48.40 to 48.50 range is where the 1 ATR range was, and that's where I started to get out of this trade. I did make a hotkey mistake here. Instead of, I used Stream Deck and I have my screen on short instead of long, and so instead of scaling out of the position by a quarter, I added to the position by a quarter. Luckily for me, it didn't. It didn't hurt the trade. So sold the rest here at the bottom of this candle as things started to sell off. The price bounced back up. So at this point, I'm fully out of the long position. The price bounced back up, came right back down below this moving average. And I was still watching and seeing, just seeing jittery price action in this area, in conjunction with the L2 loading up, the bid side of the L2 loading up. I thought, well, maybe this thing's about to sell off, and indeed that's exactly what happened. So I went short, boom, drop. I started to sell based on moving averages on the 5-minute chart, moving average on the 1-minute chart. This is the 50. My ultimate target was VWAP. It never did touch FLAP, so I covered some more here, covered the rest when it bounced back up and hit the 50. So there you go, 2 stocks, 3 trades. That's as clean a day as you could wish for. It's certainly by far the cleanest day I've ever had. I mean, certainly in real trading, and that's why I wanted to share it. Yeah, setting goals works. What do you know? So other than that, I guess the only thing I want to say is I've learned so much from the Bear Bulls community, and certainly Andrew, who set the stage for all of this. So thank you all very much. I hope I'll have many more daily videos, daily recaps to share in the future. And until then, cheers.